Hey, all fair and love and war. Upgrade your life, fuck with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. All fair and love and war. Upgrade your life, fuck with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. No, I'm a different breed. A guy for sure, I'm into you, but this you into me. I shoot my shot, I play my cards, but no, I never fold. My heart been cold, but since you done the temp on up and go. Take time, shit moving slow, this ain't no fuck, I'm trying to let you know. I'm trying to put a ring on it, big boulder bling on it, dip your shoulder thing on it. Take trips and show you, walk it up and go, don't think on it. My cinnamon apple, my honey, do you sweet on it. I lick between you.
Boring, a bad thing? Not at all.
No, it should be expected. I think it's something that us elders should definitely warn, or let them know that it's gonna happen. Because children and life and work and school happens, and when it's all happening at the same time, it can get really boring. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But again,
you taste so sweet, shawty. You everything I need, shawty. Please believe, shawty. You take my breath, oh gee, shawty. I can't breathe, shawty. I'm asthmatic with you. Let's go paint a future, bigger picture with them cars, rings, rocks, shoes, clothes, house, kids, white fence, whoa. Big bills paid too. Worries got none about you. Never switching, making you my missus. Sending X and O's, the hugs, the kisses. Arguments, you know they're gonna happen. Call you baby even when I'm spazzing. Love and war. Upgrade your life, up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. I'm fair and love and war. Upgrade your life, up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me.
Well, y'all.
All right.
What's going
1 2
on?
1 2 1 2.
For real.
He said, she said. Loving Abundance is in the building.
Say word.
Promoting our Conscious Parenting Tuesday.
Talk about it.
Hope everybody is well. How you doing? How are you doing?
Bang, bang. What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? It is Tuesday, so it is Conscious Parenting Tuesday.
I like this one.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all for popping in.
Yes.
Let's get some pleasantries early.
Welcome.
Shout out to everybody pulling in. Moderation gang in the building. Johnny Blaze in the building. Doc is here.
Welcome,
Sarah McDuffie.
Appreciate you guys pulling up.
See Arshawn in the building.
Sit up straight.
The realest McCoy is in the building.
Welcome, everybody.
We appreciate y'all being here. You could be anywhere in the world. John Frank is here. Mics sound good.
Champions.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. There's a lot going on in the YouTube streets. You could be out listening to, the back and forth, the doxing and the slinging. But you're here for Conscious Parenting Tuesday. We're not gonna keep you long because we want to get to the foolery too.
A little bit.
But we want to give some great information because
moderately.
It don't exist. So we got to put some information into where it don't exist at.
Right.
Because that shit is a lie. It exists. Good information is on these YouTube streets. You just have to have it inside the algorithm.
You gotta want to look for it. You gotta want to search for it. You gotta know that it's out there. And it's some type of information you can attain. By pressing a button, play.
I appreciate
subscribe.
The great content creators that change the monotony, change up the pace, give us different from the regular conversation. The critically drinkings, the Arshans,
oh
the
man,
Yellas,
that was fun yesterday.
Just fun.
Yes.
A break from
Shout
the monotony of all that hardcore joints that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool. So I appreciate you guys. How you feeling today, Mrs.?
I'm all right. It's been a little draining. Coming up on a year. This lady got rid of her reproductive system, so my body is definitely adjusting. Self-regulation is very hard. It's been challenging. So being aware is the best strategy.
No doubt.
For me.
No doubt.
Yeah, the changes are immense.
Understandable. Us pulling in. What's popping?
All right, now, brother, welcome.
The devil pulling in. Shout out to you. He said, shout out to the Says. What's awesome good, family?
Last night.
Absolutely. Very awesome. Very awesome.
Enjoying yourselves. Yes.
It's
How
Tuesday.
Are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Working. My co-worker kind of leaves me by myself a lot, but it's understandable. She got, a lot going on. So we get it done, but on the back end, I got to kind of decompress and process it internally amongst everything else that's going on. So, it is what it is. We roll with the punches, right?
Goodness gracious.
Well, it's Tuesday, and you guys see the title I had up there today, Raising Kids That Care.
Yeah, that care. Raising kids that care.
What comes to mind when you guys hear that? Mrs. Harris, what comes to your mind? I'm not going to bore y'all with a lot of title cards tonight. We got some good information we're going to give. We got 8 ways to encourage compassion, empathy, and kindness in your child. Yeah. If you want to know where we got this information, the link is always in our description. Check that out. But what comes to
experiencing it ourselves.
Absolutely. That's what I was gonna lead with,
anything
after
we put
I
in
asked you
here
about your experiences, that we have grown children now. Looking back, we put some time in raising children.
Yeah.
And they are absolutely empathetic, caring, conscious children of what's going on around them and how other people may feel and process things. So we're gonna speak to that. But what comes to mind when you think of raising kids that care?
Kids that are capable of showing empathy, care and concern for others besides themselves. That's the main part of it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
For me, it's the adults that they turn into. I know we all raise kids. It comes with the territory once you lay down and you have them. But those kids grow up.
They grow up, y'all.
It's really important that you keep that in mind because it happens. And soon, before you know it, you're looking at this adult that has this view of life, that has his or her opinion on things, the way you've ran things is thus far. They've looked at you for 18 to 21 years in retrospect, and they may have some instances that they can shed light on for you.
Right.
So I think about the consideration. I think about the empathy, the compassion, the lack thereof. I look around and I see how people behave.
Yes.
With strangers, with family, in the court, in the electronic space, in actual space. Gee whiz. It starts with raising kids that care, to let them know that they're going to be adults that have to display that same care. And I'm not just blowing smoke. Again, we lived in a predominantly white community, and there was a time where this old white lady was going through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, not on my watch.
Right. Yes.
I don't care how I feel about this community and how they treat me or how they view me or what type of jobs they won't let me get.
She was an elder.
Not on my watch. But that was raised in me from a child. No matter what circumstance you in, right is right and wrong is wrong, Sean.
Yeah.
You do the right thing, Sean. Somebody's in need, you help
We
them.
was preached that. You know,
But I was from little.
Yeah, it's stuck.
So is it just the lack of the elders, the parents putting it into our children, or something different? What do you think, Mrs.?
A bit of both, not modeling the behavior they want to see in them. You can tell your children to behave one way, but they're watching you all the time. They're watching you, how you behave with your own mother and father, your family, the lady at the cash register, the waitresses, how you talk about them behind their back. They pay a lot of attention, so they know the real you, regardless of what kind of image you try to portray. Yeah, they kind of know. So they either gonna gravitate to that, because that's what they know. They think this is okay.
Okay. I wanna share a quick video with you guys in regards to this topic, raising kids that care.
It's not easy to check yourself.
I want to share a screen. This is a current event topic, but it ties into what I wanted to talk about, because take a look at this. Cut the sound off. Let's just let it run. So what you're looking at, that's Cam Newton. That's, the current event of the week, which was Cam Newton at a football camp, 7-on-7 camp, and it turned into this. And what I want to talk about is the kids that we raise. This is a professional athlete, Mrs. Harris, that took time out of his schedule to come and perform a camp. How does it resort to this? Lack of kindness on everybody's part. Because from my understanding, he wasn't talking the best. We heard a couple of soundbite clips, talking about rent and paying somebody's rent, and, maybe in spirit of competition, but a lack of kindness on everybody's part. Indicative of our society.
How old is Cam? About 40 maybe?
Yeah, possibly late 30s, approaching 40. But do you see, I'm not going to say kindness, but do you see the consideration, the realistic approach to a football camp, a professional coming in to teach us, and we just here to get some knowledge, learn how to play the game better? Yeah. How does it turn into that?
That's the in control of being out of control modern day people we got right now. They learned it from their elders. Like that level of disrespect is absolutely something that may be modeled. Like, and then the mob mentality of it. Has this man disrespected y'all? Like, it's just amazing the level of disregard for older folk. You know what I mean? And who he is. Like, he's a professional. He's here to show y'all some things, maybe open some doors for some of y'all if you act right. But this type of behavior does not get you in higher up places, and somebody should have told them as young men, like, this kind of behavior is unacceptable, to just not have no self-control. Pop off, because somebody said something you didn't like.
Indeed. Indeed.
Wow.
What you guys think in the chat? Army Vet said, I am stopping through.
We appreciate
listening to the family. What's popping, OG? Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good start to your week. We are talking about raising kids that care. And I just showed the clip of Cam Newton getting into it with the kids. And, I watched a couple of videos in regards to this. And like I said, one of the young men was alluding to how
that's him with
he
the
was
hat on.
talking a little crazy. And like I said, we heard the sound bites about the rent and so on and so forth. But just the lack of consideration that everybody's in the position that they're in. Like they're inner city kids trying to learn how to play football. He's a millionaire ex-athlete. Why the discontent? Why the discourse?
A meal ticket. If they get hurt, they can sue He punched me in my face. I'm
Okay.
traumatized, even if mama pushed that through.
Makes sense.
But look at how big he is.
Let's go a little bit deeper, Mrs.
gracious.
Harris. What about the parenting? Like I said, this is a millionaire athlete. I don't think he deserves that type of consideration when it comes to the disrespect. He's washed up,
Bringing his time.
so on and so forth. Where does that mentality come from? I'm gonna share another screen with you guys. Let me go ahead and set it up.
Are we ringing a little?
I think we good.
Okay.
Turn it down a little bit. I think we good. Let's see what they're talking about in the chat. Army vet pulling up.
Man.
Let me share another screen with you, Mrs. Harris.
Out of control.
But I asked you that because I think the parents in this particular instance have a lot to do with it. Again, this is a football camp that these young men were invited to. I'm not sure if their mentality is appreciative of the opportunity that they're looking at in that instance.
Right. And I still see the same, attention whore mentality as well, right? Somebody's recording. They know this. So look, kids, whether they're going to get in trouble for assault. Because all them extra people jumping in there, child. It's like they don't care about their future.
Let's take a look at this.
Cam Newton was involved in a wild brawl at a 7-on-7 football tournament. They forgot that Cam is not a regular human being like them.
No,
he was slinging guys single-handedly.
When you have someone like Cam Newton giving players an opportunity to display themselves at these 7-on-7 camps, you are supposed to be taking advantage of these situations. Many of times I've seen players, I've seen coaches, and I've seen parents disrespect Cam Newton at these camps.
I see it too.
You are supposed to be, as parents, especially as kids, soaking up as much knowledge as you can and talking about football and just how can I get to where you got to.
And I think Cam has handled it very well, Ocho. And you see, Cam ain't really trying to punch nobody.
No.
Cam is a better man than me. Because the first time the kids disrespected me, I ain't coming back. Cam Newton was involved in a wild brawl at a 7-on-7 football tournament. They forgot that Cam is not a regular human being like them.
No,
he was slinging guys single-handedly.
When you have someone like Cam Newton giving players an opportunity to display themselves at these 7-on-7 camps, you are supposed to be taking advantage of these situations. Many of times I've seen players, I've seen coaches, and I've seen parents disrespect Cam Newton at these camps.
I see it too.
You are supposed to be, as parents, especially as kids, soaking up as much knowledge as you can and talking about football and just how can I get to where you got to.
Chad Ocho Cinco. Shout out to Chad.
Yes.
What do you think about what he said? As parents, firstly, they've seen many parents disrespect this man. Many kids disrespect this man, coaches. They should be soaking up as much knowledge as they can, trying to find out how did that man grow through concrete as a rose, instead of, again, saying he's washed up, giving him name calling. Where does that sound familiar? The name calling. This man is a millionaire, ex-football athlete, champion.
Business owner, probably,
Washed up, name calling. And again, the part that we flashed on, he was saying, come out onto the field. And I think if you can beat me, I'll pay your rent. And the first thing I said to you is that was a little insensitive in the inner city, talking about rent, just talking about rent.
I mean, he might have got on the court and let him win so he could pay them. You know what I mean? That's just, let's show me what you got, nigga. Like, you two doing all that talking, I get that. But, oh my goodness. Yeah. A lot of it is learned from the parents. Like, because you would tell your child, you go into this camp, this is an opportunity for you. Like you said, you got to soak up what you can, get what you can. You might learn something. They're not doing that.
Army vet checked in. He said, OG, this is one of the reasons why most good men, families warn them about going back to the hood to help. My family say, start with your nieces, nephews, uncles, cousins. Hate to say it, but it is what it is. What do you think about that? You start with a grassroots mindset, start with your family, start in-house, and then maybe try to reach an immediate family member, a cousin or a nephew, and then grow from there.
I mean, that would be a good plan, you know, but the family mindset now is individualization, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mix my, you know, you have 3 siblings came from the same litter, and it's like, you know, the way y'all do things, I'm not feeling it, you know. So there's that distance of family raising because the different values and morals, and you know.
Indeed. Shout out to Karma Coleone in the building. Was popping. All is well. And love and light to you. Hope you're doing well. Let us know when you want to come through. Sit down, chop it up. We have a little bit of fun.
Absolutely.
Well, we here, and we talking about raising kids that care tonight.
Yes.
We just finished talking about Cam Newton and that situation that he's in. And for me, it's really a reflection on the parents that a millionaire can come in, that a professional athlete can come in, that somebody that was where you want to go to is there. And this is what you resort to, name calling, fisticuffs, but it's no different than this electronic space that we sit in.
Right.
I see so many people with knowledge, so many people with things to offer, but they get called names because they don't like what you're saying. They may not agree with your point
or what you look like.
So they do a whole show on you. It's insensitive that when we're looking maturity in the face, when we're looking growth, success, we're looking these things in the face and we have names to call them. And this is, you know, the lack of consciousness in raising kids that care. So tonight, shout out to AJ on the check-in. What's popping?
We love you.
Hope you're doing well, bro. We gonna give you guys 8 ways to encourage compassion, empathy, and kindness in your child. The first one, I'm taking the first one. Be vulnerable. Admit when you don't know the answer and include your kids when seeking the answer.
Bing bong. That's a good one.
When you make a mistake, say sorry to your kids or your partner.
Oh.
What you think about that? Be vulnerable. Be willing to look for the answer with them.
Absolutely. Yes. That's a big one. I agree. Ain't much to add on to that.
I ain't mad at you.
Shoot.
What about when you make a mistake, say sorry?
Yes. I mean, and we do it when they're little, right? We accidentally bumped them or scratched them while we're changing their diaper or something. So I'm sorry, right? When they really understand and you do something, you know, you feel a little, like I could have handled that a little different. It is okay to course correct yourself and go back and revisit that situation with your child, because we are human, you know, and they need to see that you can come back from that screaming or yelling or, you know, out of control feeling. Indeed. Right. Indeed. And show them that you can come back and articulate how you was feeling and how you try to move a little differently, you know, because you didn't mean to make them feel unheard, hurt, sad, whatever. Yep. It's a lot of emotions.
Indeed.
They feel.
I'm a master of the circle back.
Oh yeah. You taught me. It's hard to do that.
Sometimes you gotta let it marinate.
Yeah. When you come from our environment of tit for tat, like, you know how to do it well. So, you know, you have to consciously not do that.
Absolutely. Number 2.
Be kind yourself. Exercise patience and give people the benefit of the doubt. That's important.
Number 3.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Okay. We're human and we're not perfect. You know, once you understand that, then you'll, create room for growth. Okay. Show your kids the importance of taking care of ourselves by doing things that you love. You know, read, meditate, exercise, create, eat healthy foods, keep a gratitude journal, get good sleep, do whatever makes you feel great, as long as it doesn't hurt someone else.
There you go.
It's hard to be compassionate, empathetic, and kind to others if we don't take deep care of ourselves.
True indeed. True indeed. And we don't just.
And that don't mean,
we try to do it. We try to have healthy snacks.
That's the candy.
This is called candy. And it's fruit.
Cypher said them green ones really do taste
And
like
if
candy.
you
like,
want something,
weird.
this is what's going to be available for you. You don't want it? Don't eat nothing then.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to your room and have what you were having.
I'm just saying, I don't disagree. It's about the options. They have way too many.
Mm-hmm.
Limit them. Okay. You don't need to have every damn thing.
2 options,
too much.
maybe 3 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
You can have this or that. This or that. This or that. Or that. This or that.
Right. How many of you let your kids go in the store and be like, what do you want? Pick something. They can only get one, right? How long you waiting for them? How many hours they circling back?
Be there all day messing with them kids, man.
Listen,
You're not trying to be in here all day.
you know what they like. Listen, you're either gonna have this or that. Which one? Miss Ticket.
Oh, you don't want either one. You don't want either one. We going. We out of here. Oh no.
It happens. Absolutely. Yep. Done.
Okay.
I got time for that. Can't be this damn indecisive. We're not doing that.
Number 4, exercise gratitude and kindness. Starting a gratitude practice can be as simply talking about what each member of the family is thankful for during dinner.
Not once a year for Thanksgiving.
Nah, regular dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You got a regular dinner. We got to eat it together. Not in front of the TV, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Not in front of the TV.
Okay.
You can use sticky notes to create an easy gratitude wall to draw and write what we are thankful for. You guys have a jar.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
With
a lot of affirmations, positive affirmations, and things that we know each other does around the house, being a team play and such like that. So you can dig in the jar and take you a note if you're feeling like you need a little positive affirmation.
You could.
Yeah.
You could. Let's see what the chat's talking about. Red Lipstick Vibes is here. What up, sis? What's popping? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the start of your week.
Yes.
Hope you're having a good Tuesday. It's Conscious Parenting Tuesday, you know that. So we are talking about raising kids that care.
Yeah.
Because look around.
Mm.
If you don't have a wall or a wall space, you can make a gratitude jar and keep it in a place that the whole family can access. Number 5.
Celebrate differences and include others. Expand your friend circles to have meaningful relationships with people that are different than you. You can start by going to community festivals, public parks, YMCAs, school functions that connect to the broader community, and go to area conversations centered around this topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Show empathy.
Goodness gracious.
When you watch a movie or read a book, see a situation play out at the park or in the playroom, ask your kid, how do you think they feel? Tell your kid to look at the other person's face or their actions to give them clues about how the other person feels.
Absolutely. Yes. It was many a times while they was growing up, just watching a movie, we would have to pause it so I can see their reaction, so we want to build on that, because I knew what I got. I wanted to see what they got.
Absolutely.
A lot of movies they watched was old school movies we watched, might hit me a little different. Like, where'd you get that from?
And I noticed that sometimes they kind of want that guidance. They kind of want that template. Like, what's going on right here? What am I looking at?
Yes. Right. So we talked about this many a times in relationships, where a man and a woman can be watching a movie and a woman will ask a whole bunch of questions. Right. Obviously we want to learn, right? But that's something that annoys men But now that we talking like this, I'm like, wow, okay, I consider that. We kind of want to learn. You the one we want to learn from. But I'm watching the movie too. Like,
Indeed, I don't know. Yeah, I'm working on it. Don't worry, I got you. I'm working on it too.
but with the kids, yeah, allow them that space to ask, like, you know, in the movie theater, if you can whisper or whatever. But
Absolutely.
when you do it when they're little, you know, it creates that openness. It creates that already practiced behavior within the family. So any movie it's on, it's like, wait a minute, boop, kids be like, hey, mom, dad, listen, we just watched this. So yeah, make it a regular practice.
Number 7.
Read books, but not just any book. Books, not just any books. Books that spark conversations about kindness, compassion, and inclusion. Some of the well-known books on kindness include Be Kind, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? We're All Wonders, or Last Stop on the Market Street. These are all beautiful books every child's bookshelf should have, but here are some of my favorites.
You guys check out your own favorites and do your research and gather information.
And there's books specifically geared towards these types of things. Like we have books about lying. What's the other ones? It's a lot of them. Blank. Number 8. Strengthen family bonds by working together to help others. Yes, service projects at home. Spending time together as a family is crucial in raising kind kids. Using family time to act on kindness doubles the effect. Yes, helping out with chores, setting a table, saying please and thank you. Like those are real simple things right there. The please and thank you.
Indeed. I mean, it's just that you have to make these things a focus. You have to
in your everyday talk.
Be an example of these things, even when it might not be organic. Sometimes you have to show that kindness. You have to fake it till you make it, so to speak. But, you know, the people in your family don't deserve the lash out, don't deserve the harsh words. So modeling the behavior, because if not, it could look different.
Well, damn. That was disgraceful. Goodness gracious. I feel sorry for that child.
There was a little person with her.
Holy moly.
The kindness. Do you think that young person is going to display kindness in the future when he has an opportunity or faced with a situation where he's going to have to respond? And forced to be an accomplice in these outbursts. He's not able to say, Mom, calm down.
Right.
That might not be the best way to react to this. Can we just go home and just leave from here now?
Especially a place that treats you so poorly every day that you're in there. Why would you continue to go there? Ladies, stop going places where your ass ain't wanted.
it was very, pivotal to see that little person in mom's arms, because again, that's one of the best places to be.
It's supposed to be the most safest place of
Exactly.
comfort.
But while that's going on was wild to me, because she's not raising a kid that cares. He cares about his mom. He'll watch his mom destroy the earth if she could, and he'll stand right next to her.
No matter how wrong she is, if it was the fight to be happening, he would probably assist her.
Or go to the car and get the gun.
Bing bong. We should not, that's our first job, is to protect our children. And it's becoming, a society where we're putting them in harm. We're purposely putting them in harm because we have no self-control. We cannot self-regulate our emotions. And it shows. Everything we do is being recorded, and it's a damn shame, because these kids have to grow up with us. Can't nobody tell us nothing. And something like that is not, CPS worthy, where the child will be taken from the home. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again, the lack of kindness. She could have just left. She didn't agree with the situation. The behavior we model for the young people, for me, it's heartbreaking, because we want them to do better than us. We want this world to be left to them, to be able to have something to work with. And out of all of the conversations that I see happening, I don't see us modeling the behavior that's necessary for these kids to be able to move forward and say, you know what? Maybe I don't want to respond like that. Shout out to my brother Hank on the check-in. What's popping, Hank? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to you and Sister Dorian. Hope y'all having a good start of the week.
Yes.
What are we teaching the children? Exactly, my brother. Exactly. It's modeling in the behavior too. We got to be able to show them a little bit different, because reacting like that, and it's on so many levels. Shout out to my brother Blaze on the check-in. Appreciate you. He said shout out to everybody. Y'all know how he do. Maj, chat, everybody. He's ready. All Shorty wanted was some chicken.
And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing as a woman. It's embarrassing as a Black woman. It's embarrassing as a mother. It is embarrassing. So they think we all behave this way, and we don't. We got to show our children better. I agree with you.
Well, I go back. Exactly.
Right.
Bad parenting. She just needs to awaken that consciousness. It's time. She got time. She could reach out. I may shoot her an inbox. I know the McRib is back. But God damn. That McRib will make him wild out. Something in the chemical. Wild out. That McRizzle, baby.
Jeez, I mean, the behavior may come from eating that shit every day.
Ooh, no, you
fucking
didn't.
with everything.
That shit will mess up.
Diet has a lot to do with what's functioning in our body.
She probably gets mad at him brain when he acts out at school. Probably. But this is, this kindness, it's on so many levels, man. Let's see if I got another pop culture.
I just watched a girl that got called up on stage at the Omalay concert. I watched that clip, and I have never felt so sad for another man in my fucking life.
Y'all see what raising kids that care looks like? That was empathy right there.
Yeah.
He never felt so sad for a brother. What do y'all think about that situation?
For men who don't, men who can't love and stuff, right? Men don't have emotions and stuff. They can't love. He didn't care about that.
Damn.
He didn't care about that girl. That might have been his first real girlfriend. And you don't consider themselves. You need all y'all whores.
And she was only putting up with him. He wasn't shit. They was together, 8 years? You show me a couple that been together 8 years. I show you a miserable fucking woman that put up with a man for 8 years. That's what I'll show you. You show me. I don't care how long they been together. You really think you saying something, don't you? Tell me, how long have they been together? Together, what did you say? You said 20 years? They've been together 20 years? I just mean she been putting up with his shit for 20 goddamn years. All I mean, he ain't shit.
And he ain't want to leave his children. He want to not be around his children.
Shit. Men are incapable of loving.
Please.
Newsflash.
Lies.
But what do y'all think about the young lady at the concert? The kindness, the level of kindness.
The lady? Oh, she
was she raised to be a kid that cares, so she could grow up to be an adult that cares. She left that nigga at the concert by himself. But who was that? Jamiroquai or something?
I just watched a girl that got caught up on stage at the Omalay concert. I watched that clip and I have never felt so sad for another man in my fucking life. Not only did he, with his own two eyes, watch his girl fan out when Omalay made eye contact with her and disrespect him so crazy, but on top of that, it is globally trending. Let's pray for my brother, please, because that disrespect was crazy. I don't like to talk about people's relationships on the internet, but there has to be something said about people that have celebrity crushes. I don't play celebrity crushes at all. Because if your girl can fan out like that for a regular man, just with a little bit of clout and money, she will fucking leave you for the next man that has a little bit more than you. I'm so hurt for bro because that was demoralizing. I'm literally just confused at what she was thinking, what was going through her head. That's why I don't play celebrity crushes, because she got on stage and everything was raps. Grinding on bro, bending over for bro, doing everything. Like, did you really forget your man was just sitting there? The security guard laughing, people recording. They looking dead at bro like, what are you doing? That's your girl? Oh my God. Like I said, my heart hurts for bro. And literally, like, to see bro walk out that concert and just how defeated he was. And his girl was talking to her girlfriends and they even said, I don't know what the fuck you were on. That was bad. I'm telling you, when I watched that video, I thought I was there. That's how bad the disrespect was. Oh my God. I remember a girl I was talking to a couple months ago. She asked me, do you have a celebrity crush? Who's your celebrity crush? I said, celebrity crush? No. There is no celebrity that just because they walk into the room or something happens, and if I got a girl, oh, that's off the table. It's off wraps. Like, that makes no sense to me because they don't even want to fuck with you for real. You put another person on that high of a pedestal, and they were together for 7 years. I really pray that brother, he blocks that girl. He blocks her mother, her father, if he has their contacts, blocks her cousins, blocks everybody she knows, because you need to cleanse. You need to get away from that fucking demon. Because she had no regard for your life, your mental sanity. I don't think he can ever recover from this. But I pray that you do, because...
God damn.
Sorry, brother. Damn.
Jesus Christ.
He's right. That, starstruck mentality. Never had that, because we grew up when hip hop first existed. So we had block parties and, all of that. The park jams. Everybody was around. You was seeing everybody. You lived up the street from
the tunnel.
Some folks. So, it's amazing what some people would do, but that is just disgraceful. Goodness, if they live together, get home first, brother. She got to go. Give her 30 days notice because, legally, you got to do that. But that's a shame. Damn. What Blaze say?
He says she went up on the stage and became a 2 Live Crew groupie in
she was front back mountain
instant.
That's bad. That's bad business. That's definitely not wife attention.
Model behavior is paramount as adults and parents.
Show the clip. Let me see it. Wow, you sure? You want to see it?
Damn.
That's your girl up there. No, I'm just kidding. Look at this.
This woman was called to stage while with her boyfriend, and you won't believe what happened next.
So right here, man, y'all know what's going on. A bunch of fanned out women in the comments, but this one particular is there with her man right behind her. She's reaching out to whoever that is on the stage. And I guess bro's about to call her up. So she peep game. She's like, oh, I'm with my man. So she walks away to make it seem like she's not with him. Oh my goodness. Y'all know what's going on.
In no way, shape, or form was that all right. This woman publicly embarrassed that man. If you are a man and your woman does this, she was never your woman. The way she even ran away from her boyfriend just for 5 minutes of another man's attention speaks volumes to what kind of a person she is.
And I agree. Ooh,
God
she moved
damn,
away from
son.
him.
Where you find her?
Like the mindset. I don't even with that, you know, if you leave with the man, you think he's gonna want to be with you, ma'am. Like and that's a conquer mentality for some men. You know, I take your girl right in front of you.
God damn.
Wow. Yeah, you saw it.
She made a pathetic apology video trying to curb accountability towards the entertainer. She's yet another product of the
whole apocalypse.
God.
What's the entertainer's fault? If she wanted to go up there and get all that attention. Yeah. Wow. Damn. Whew. She wasn't taught no care and consideration because doing all of that, man, yeah, she absolutely in the back. She is cheating. She is slut back mounting it.
Wow.
I said it. I'm telling on her.
Allegedly.
That ain't a one-time offense, please. She said, I'm ready to go from this dude. This is it. Hopefully he'll walk away from me after this. Like, cause I don't know, man. That was
we gotta raise kindness. We gotta raise kindness in people altogether. Because again, like I said, it's so many levels. So we had the kindness that we should model our children, because it's going to be important in how they react to things in the future.
Yeah.
It's going to be important on how they treat people, how people treat them,
how they feel about themselves.
All of those things.
Yeah.
It's also important in a relationship, kindness, to not betray someone's trust after 7 years, not betray the commitment unless I guess it's over.
Right.
If it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
But I think that's something we should both know. I shouldn't be finding out at the front row. They were in the front row too. Now that we look, that was the front row.
It was absolutely.
Oh, the Jamiroquai concert. Oh, Malay. You know what I mean? Oh, Malay. But that, kindness. God, can we break up before I buy these front row tickets, or
no?
Can we even break up at the show and you tell me what you about to do? I'm about to go up there and put it on him real quick. She slid away. But there's another realm of kindness that I want to highlight with more current events. I want to highlight kindness in the realmness of friendship, Mrs. Harris. You got to be kind to your friends.
That's a real thing.
I would hope so.
Shit, the kind of friends they talk about this last year too. I don't know if that's really even a thing, man. There's no integrity in no relationships. Friends lure you to your demise.
Look at friends in 2024. Chardonnay, Walker.
Go ahead, Chardonnay.
Walker is celebrating failures, was just sleeping on my couch for 3 months, hungry, no food to eat, where her 2 kids got $8,000 back and spent $7,000 on a Benz. Laugh emojis.
What the?
And decided to not pay me for the time she was here. She is a user and told me I took a L. Watch her, mind you. She's only gave me $300 since she's been here. My rent 3 times more. For 3.5 months? I don't even do this. But she a user, not a friend. That's a lack of kindness. To be living with your friend for 3.5 months and then you get hit with 8 stacks and you spend 7 of them on a Benz.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Where's the kindness? We gotta raise kind kids, but again, if she wasn't raised as a kind child to consider when somebody lent her toy and she didn't lend it out, how many people? Let me move this away. How many people in Queens? Don't forget what you're gonna say. Matter of fact, go ahead, because I'm not gonna forget what I say. You go. You go.
I mean, if she was kind, she would be with the father of those 2 kids.
Oh,
and she
God
got
damn.
the fuck.
No,
I'm gonna go back there because
Holy
she shouldn't even be living with her friend. She should be with the father.
God
damn. Of them damn kids. Kindness, respect.
Wow.
You know, consideration. All of that is encompassed under all of that.
God
Can't.
damn.
Yeah, that's horrible.
He went higher than
I mean, you
half
think
of
of the logic. 8,000. You gotta pay insurance every month on that mother freaker. You know, so that 1,000 you got, did you get a new apartment? Like, so I understand the friend. You just foolish, foolish young little girl.
Indeed.
Some of y'all don't deserve to have your children. Y'all out here making horrible decisions.
Blaze checked in. He says she even said her and the best friend had talks about her possibly going on stage, and he was okay with it. What man in his right mind would even have a conversation like that, let alone be okay with it?
A man without standards. A man who has shown that women can do whatever they want. As long as he gets to, you know, have a little part of her, you know. He got to live in her world. Some of your men believe that shit. You got to live in a chick's world. You better have your own world, create your own world, and she should be coming into yours.
Yeah.
That's how that's supposed to work. You don't follow no woman.
I mean, that's those dicks in glass
That's
jars.
crazy.
They
She gonna
hang
have
around just in case of an emergency.
She gonna have you humping on Omalaha in the backstage.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
God damn. She gonna be humping on Omalaha. Not only is that a lack of kindness, that's a lack of common goddamn sense.
For real.
You are not lying. God damn. Hey, Doc. Hope all is well. Doc said, a man that has compassion, right?
Compersion for his woman. Compersion?
Compassion for his woman.
A man that has
what kind of man does that? A man that has compassion.
Is that compassion?
For his woman. Never heard of compersion before. You can go ahead and fact check it. While she does that, we're gonna listen to the story.
Okay.
It's just in. Compersion refers to
a form of joy in the joy of others. So
form of joy and the joy of others.
Yep, in the world of consensually non-monogamous relationships, it most specifically relates to the happiness someone finds in their partner seeking out and enjoying sexual and romantic intimacy with other people. Very enlightening. Very enlightening, Doc.
Thank you, Dr. Nakumbe.
Compersion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A few of y'all are compersion. Damn. Shout out to Dr. Nakumbe for the word of the day. It is compersion.
Well, I might be one of the way. I found it attractive when another woman hitting on you, or me seeing that another woman is, enlightened by you a little bit.
That nigga is fine.
I'm not the one to be like, what you looking at my man?
What you looking at him for like that?
Nah, we don't do that. Girl. All right. Learn something new every day. I appreciate that.
That was dope, Doc. Doc for the win once again.
Shout out to the conversions.
God damn, we gotta make a movie. We gonna write a movie now. Compersion. Coming this fall. Jawaka Tima.
Joy for everybody.
On tape. Jawaka Tima. Fell in love.
We got it.
Then compersion. This you are crazy.
We try.
This is how it's crazy. All right, y'all ready to get back to it now?
Right.
Shout out to Donique. Yeah, Donique hit the Cash App too. Let me pull up the Cash App. Yes, indeed. It's Donique hit the Cash App. Don't be laughing. Y'all are disrespectful.
Oh, man.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's reload that. See what's going on over here. All right, let's share some screens. Let's get to this money.
Don't be looking at all the money.
Let's get to the money. Y'all don't be looking too hard at the money now. We got Donique is on the pull in.
We appreciate
you. That's right. We appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my brother Donique. Yes. Put the 15 ball in there. He said, for the love on the strength. For the love on the strength. We appreciate you, bro. Keep that cash register flowing. Y'all know how we like it. Nickels and dimes are accepted. We will take them straight to the counter too.
We roll it all.
We say, hey, cash that out.
Roll it up.
And I see another one in here too. Hold up. That's another one? Damn. You popping tonight. That's my brother from another mother.
Let me hold something.
Damn, this nigga got money.
He got a good job.
We got brother Muhammad Jones checked in. He said, for much love to y'all.
We appreciate
and
you,
much love to you, sir. We appreciate you on the check-in.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys contributing to the channel. It's always inspirational. Keeps us going.
And we do got some events coming up. I got an event coming up in the March.
We do. We actually can take this 50 right here and put that to a family to sponsor for conscious parenting.
Okay.
And then you can have that other 15 for your put together. And I'll sprinkle something on top of that. I'll sprinkle a little something on top of that. But shout out to the brothers for checking in. And thank you, Brother Muhammad Jones, because you are going to be a sponsor of a conscious parent and some aspiring conscious parents for a consultation, a initial meeting, or whatever it is they need. So thank you guys. We appreciate y'all. And let's go ahead and get to it.
Can't believe I made it. It's my first time getting money. Where's my money? It's right here. Right there. Y'all can't see me. We getting rich. Hard body youngins. We getting rich together. Yeah. We getting rich together.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App?
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for dropping them money balls on us. Fill that money bowl up now. Y'all go ahead and fill that money bowl up. God damn it. Pass that money bowl round back. Fill that money bowl up before I shoot one of you motherfuckers in here.
And look at you. As soon as you get it, you pass it off to it. I appreciate you.
That's right. That's right.
I appreciate you.
We ain't acting like Chardonnay. All right, now let's listen, y'all. Let's listen about it. We read about it. We heard about it. Now let's hear.
Oh, goodness.
Boy, if ain't shit was a person. This girl talking about her friend, or well, so-called friend, spent 3 months sleeping on the couch, hungry as fuck, and don't know how to feed the kids. Ended up getting $8,000 back on her tax and spent $7,000 on the Benz. Think about that. $7,000 on the Benz. And she ain't got a pot of piss in it. Then the girl ain't had way pay her hardly that much for all the time she stayed in the house, and only get a girl $300. And she said her rent 3 times more than that. And boy, this shit right here maybe said, I don't like helping nobody. I call her just some fuck ass shit. Now I ain't gonna lie, the Benz is clean as fuck, but she gonna be mad at the motherfucker when she get the maintenance payments on that bitch.
You know.
Bang. That's what you said, Mr. Harris. He said it is clean, though. He said that motherfucker.
Listen.
But when she get that oil change bill, just the oil change bill.
The insurance. You don't got no more money.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay insurance for 6 months. That brand new car. You see what kind of car that is?
Wait. It got to be insured?
Now, if you pay for it in full, she can have liability. If it's a note.
Right. He has to have. Whoa.
Yeah. But, if you bought it outright, you can imagine it might have some, for that price, it probably got some issues.
I hope so.
Like the logic behind it all.
Because if they giving out clean Benzes with fresh engines for $7,000.
But what did I say? She's a beautiful girl, right? This is her manipulating tool. This is a tool to manipulate men, right? I got
I got my shit together.
Camp victim, and I just need a place. And put my kids up. And,
and I like the finest of things.
That's where the kindness comes in to manipulate. And even to the kids, you shouldn't be homeless. You should not be homeless with them 2 kids and go out and do that. Leaving your friend's house to go and do that. That's a CPS worthy. That is neglect. Because your kids don't have a roof, but you got this expensive ass car that you got to pay car insurance for next month that you're probably not going to have. Right? It's amazing the foolishness that we're allowed to do. Where's her mother? Where's her mother at? I wonder what they think about this.
Shameful shit.
I don't hear about family no more. It's always friends. I'm going, I go live with my friend. It's the parents.
Keeping up with the Benz is not easy.
Keeping up with the Benz is not easy.
Keeping up with the Benz is
Keeping up with a damn Kia ain't easy. Like any car.
We just had some maintenance done to the car this week.
Maintenance. Shout out to our mechanic.
Shout out to our mechanic. And again, look, we have a mechanic.
Right.
We still had to go to the store. We had to get the rotors.
Parts.
We had to get the oil. Yeah, he'll do it for us. But we gotta go and get it. So imagine if we didn't and we went to the dealership to get that done. They would have been like, "Oh, come on in, come on in."
Oh yeah.
We get all of that done for you. We want rotate tire. Oh yeah, we doing all of that for you.
Oh yeah. The wheel alignment, everything.
Yeah,
wheel alignments went from like $75. Them shits is like $150 now.
Because we know a guy that know a guy. He gonna do all of that for us. But if we take it to the, they're gonna charge us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And most people, will. Like my mama, she ain't going no mechanic. She want the dealer. Any mistakes?
For sure. He's not playing no games.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. I know you thought you thought that was it, didn't you?
Oh no, I know it's not.
You thought that was it, didn't you? You know that's That's the type of journalism that I do. I try to get you a little something media. So before we go to the comments, let's finish up.
We got we need the mother police
This
out.
is what you don't do with your refund, but it gets crazier.
That's the part that ties into our show. Remember kindness.
Right.
Kindness. Even if kindness isn't displayed to you, maybe you want to reciprocate with kindness, even if that's no response at all.
Right.
You don't have to respond to everything.
You really don't. You really don't. Yeah.
So maybe in turn, that is a kindness, because you could respond in meanness, in hate, in anger,
smugness,
and it just goes south from there.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's continue.
But it gets crazier. You need to see what this girl does in retaliation of her friend posting this picture about her, because it gets crazier. Before I show you the part that's going to blow your mind away, let's read this. So basically, her friend is posting this saying that Chardonnay Walker, she was sleeping on her couch for 3 months with her kids, paying no rent, and now she got an $8K refund, and she spent $7K on a Benz. And then she only paid her friend $300. So after her friend posted this about her, obviously this went viral. A lot of people saw it. Then her friend posted something in reply. This was her reply. I actually cropped off most.
Chardonnay Walker. Make sure y'all go file her next year on y'all taxes, and make sure y'all get some in her name. This is her social.
Okay.
This her son's social too. Make sure y'all go and file both of them.
Most of it, but essentially what she did is she posted her friend's social security number, and she even posted images of her child's birth certificate, her child's social security number, her ID. This post, I think, has been taken down, but obviously there was a whole post with images and things that I cropped out for here. Chardonnay Walker, this is the dumbest thing you could have done. You are going to face jail time for exposing someone's personal information on social media. It's just bananas what people will do. I also feel bad for the original poster. Now her identity is fully online. I mean, this post itself went viral, but I believe now it's been taken down, but there's still images circulating online, because what you put on the internet is forever.
Kindness.
What did I say? I mean, my
Raising
last 2
kids
weeks,
that
right?
care.
Parents, you about to go to jail. Y'all doing foolishness, and you have children. Maturity is what's needed when you become a parent. I mean, in logic, we have to move very logically when it comes to our kids, because them 2 little babies is going to be without their mama because she put somebody's personal information, very personal information, out on the web. That's harmful, you know? And this was somebody that was considered to be your friend. And not only did you harm them, you harmed their child.
Indeed.
You harmed their child.
You did.
Not only are you not willing to keep your child safe, you don't care about somebody else's child.
The welfare of
ladies, we got to do a
children.
better job. Yeah, we.
And again, all out of emotion.
Absolutely. There's no regulating of it.
Let's take a break for the money calls.
Takes good practice.
Shout out to Dr. Nakumbe.
Shout out to Doc. Appreciate you, sir.
Dropped a couple of dollars on us. Let's go ahead and get it going right. Shout out to everybody.
Let it go.
We appreciate y'all so much. I have no idea. Let's go ahead and get another family on the board, man, with this.
Parents need some help.
Shout out to Dr. Nakumbe for dropping that 50 ball on us. He said, to sponsor a family, keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, Doc.
We got 2 families under our belt. Got 2 families under tonight.
Gotta be willing to do the work because
Yes,
it's work.
indeed.
You have to do work.
Yes, indeed.
Be ready to do the work.
Shout out to you, Doc. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate the love.
No, we'll keep you
look here, babe, bro. I'm a little light right now. Could you, like, let me hold some change?
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App?
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Dr. Nakumbe. We appreciate you. Always supporting us in front and behind the scenes. 2024. 2024.
Conscious parenting, hooked on PCP.
Raising kids that care. And just that back and forth, like I said, Mrs. Harris, with friends. We've seen, mom and son. We've seen boyfriend and girlfriend. We've seen friends just not operating with the level of care that is required for these titles. These titles are important. Yeah. And that's why I chose these, because your mom, the person who chose to be with you and love you out of everybody else in the world romantically, and the person you call your friend that you would let live in your house.
Right.
These are the people that deserve the kindness. Like I said, I know I am a unique drink of water for people that are outside this house. I don't deny it. I know, but those are people I know value me when I say, thank y'all for letting me add to this. And I know what I say is unique. I know I come off and they go, you know what, man, you being you. And in this world where it depends and everybody's different and everybody's not the same, it seems like certain people just not accept. We can't accept that. But I'm different. I'm different just like you different.
Right.
But in regards to raising kids that care, Mrs. Harris, we got to be able to recognize that the people that deserve our kindness, that deserve our empathy, sympathy, consideration, we got to give it to them at least.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah. And all the time. Not just when you feel like it or when you're in a good mood. Again, I think us women have been, pandered a little, because we have that monthly visitor, and I see women promote that and say, you're allowed to be a bitch when, it's during that time of the month. And then no, ladies, it's not. Your children are watching. It's not okay. And especially if you're raising girls, you're teaching them that type of behavior is okay. And it's not. You got to work through those 7 to 9 days, just like every other thing in your life. It's going to be forever until you no longer get it. You know what I mean? So this is just the reality, the logic behind life and the human body and the growth and development and just how things happen. It's just not okay for us to have this nastiness, this dismissiveness, the unkindness, especially when it comes to our children, because many mothers are not kind. They don't speak kindness and positivity into their children. They actually speak to them like they're a burden, like they're a second thought. They don't care. Y'all watch me on Sunday. I'm not going to go into that. We want to talk about raising the kids that care.
Indeed, we do.
Don't want to start shaming because I will go hard.
Harris now, Mrs. Harris.
Ooh, child.
About to go in. We appreciate you though. Yes. You put in that work on Sundays. I came in hot.
Gracious. Lady Nevo was up too. Appreciate you, sis. I hope you're doing well. Sending you some
love. Lady Nevo, I hope all
is
well. Yes,
indeed.
Today, so yes, get well soon. Y'all put some get well soons in for Lady Nevo. She's having a speedy recovery.
Yeah, she might knock out now.
Yeah. Shout out to Moni D on the check-in. Hey sis, hope all is well. Let's see. Oz checked in. I beg the question, did the friend do it out of kindness or with a mindset of a possible come up from tax returns? I do get her dismay though. I do as well.
Yes.
And Mrs. Harris pointed out something to me that I, went without noticing, that a lot of families aren't becoming families. A lot of these unions aren't being solidified because of tax season. I said, Mrs. Harris, what the hell? What do you mean? She's like, yeah, they don't want to share, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to share the income that comes in at tax season.
Mm-hmm. Like you and your son's mother did. That was awesome that I got to see that. Like, you know, 1 year she did, 1 year you did, you know, and wow, that's amazing. People don't do that.
Right.
People don't do that. Mm-hmm.
But that was an eye opener for me. Like, is that what's stopping us from being a family? Is that we don't want to share money that comes once a year? Shit don't come all the time, and it don't last forever.
And I wonder that about the men who pay child support. And a lot of men pay an abundance in child support. Are they allowed to claim the child for 6 months of that and you claim 6 months? Or how does that work?
Right.
Because they're kicking out a lot of money, and it's documented money.
It's going to have to work very honestly. I'm going to be honest with you. Because it's not like they don't ask you. They ask you everything in your tax preparation. Yeah. Did you take care of this child for 12 months out of a year?
And if you get child support for 12 months, they are, right?
And you should be telling the truth. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what you do. I'm just hoping that you tell the truth, because they ask you to break it down. If you don't take care of this child all year, then tell us.
I just wonder how that goes. The person who has possession of the child, and they file for the tax return, but the parent who's not around, they pay an abundance of child support.
Absolutely.
So it's like, who gets to file for the child legally?
The person that's in possession of the child. I would imagine now we have to split it 50-50. That's where
split it.
Right. I think that's where honesty comes in. Like, we're both half representatives of this child. Jesus Christ. Y'all greedy. Y'all greedy. That's greed.
Now, if you have 2 kids, they might split one child. You can claim this child, and I can.
How is that done? If anybody has any information on this, we don't have a lot of information on how
if you
this
get caught.
But it was interesting that the missus brought up that a lot of these households don't get along because of this specific time. That when it comes time to get down to the brass taxes of the end of the year and what was put out and what's coming back, it's going to be hard for that family to come to an agreement on what everybody should have and so on and so forth. So I thought that was very interesting.
Being proactive in family is important. You know the season is coming. What we going to do? You don't wait till it comes and say, what we going to do for Christmas? Christmas in 3 days. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's come every year.
You know?
Okay. Us checked in. He said, God will take care of the friend who helped. First of all, the girl's name is Chardonnay. What do you expect? Chardonnay? Yeah, maybe on the comes in as Chardonnay. Should be like a bartender or something. Man, we old. Shout out to the gang. So Mrs. Harris, you want to run through those quick 8 steps one more time?
Yes.
But let's go ahead and get to this money situation that we're gonna have to share with them. Bam. Danique said, one more family, one more.
All right. This is a PSA. You know there's a family that is in need of some course correction as far as their parenting goes. Now, are they willing to do the work to change the behavior of themselves as well as their children? Refer them. We can be reached. Email promoteconsciousparenting@gmail.com.
Yes.
And we will get back to you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Everything will remain confidential.
Absolutely.
And
we have some resources.
Try to curate a tailored,
absolutely individualized
plan for that family.
Yes.
We appreciate you, Donique. Always a huge supporter of the show since day one.
Yes.
And we couldn't be more appreciative of you and the things that you do for us. So shout out to you, brother.
You need to send us an address so I can send them a piece of merchandise.
Merch drop. Merch.
T-shirts by Nikki. I gotta send them
I
some.
can't believe I made it. It's my first time getting money. Where's my money? It's right here. Right there. Y'all can't see me. We getting rich. Hard body youngins. We getting rich together. Yeah. We getting rich together.
Look here, baby, bro. I'm a little light right now. Could you, like, let me hold some change?
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money. Your Jordan money. Your Alizé money. Your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App?
Need that Mercedes money.
Shout out to Donique. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Right.
There
she is.
There
We
she
just
go.
was talking about you, Miss Lady. Hope you are feeling well, in love and light. Wishing you a speedy recovery.
Yes.
We need you back out here on these streets. So we hope
Rest
you are
well.
feeling well. Yes, rest up, drink your fluids. And we look forward to seeing you
Keep the warm
soon.
wraps
She
on
said,
you.
hey, fam, just a quick check. You know why? Chat fam, much love. Y'all show some love to Lady Navoa. We love you, sis. Drinking our water. Drink the water, sis. Get you back up and running, you know what I mean? And we talking about raising kids that care. And, you know, I pointed out that last story, Mrs. Harris, because of, like, you know, I was alluding to most of the things. This all happens actually and electronically. The doxing, the name calling, the lying, the sinking to the levels, the even possibly doing things that are illegal that could land you in the hooscow.
Yes.
All over emotion, lack of kindness. Take the high road, goddammit. You ain't gotta go down there with them.
No loyalty. No loyalty. And for people who always screaming they want loyalty and sad.
So to see two friends, you know, and the lack of kindness, the lack of consideration, the lack of reciprocation. You could stay on my couch, look me in the eyes, and then just leave me high and dry. Here's $300.
Yeah.
God damn, friend.
Eat my kids' food, use up the Wi-Fi,
all of the fruit snacks,
sharing diapers
you
and
know
shit.
them fruit snacks
on
was
now.
the first of them. Gummies, going in on them gummies. You know food costs.
Ooh. It's expensive.
So the kindness, we gotta raise kind kids. We gotta show them.
Because they're gonna grow up and be adults. They're gonna be adults. And they go to school.
They go to school.
And teachers do not go to work to be abused by your children, disrespected by your children, kicked. Like, it's bad out here. And they coming from our homes. So we have to consider that.
We do.
Yes.
So let's go through the last rundown of these 8 tips. So let's go ahead and give them, Mrs. Harris, the 8 ways to encourage compassion, empathy, and kindness in your child. The first one is be vulnerable. Admit when you don't know the answer and include your child when seeking the answer.
Yes.
When you make a mistake, say sorry to your kids or your partner.
This is about
Okay.
This is about kids, and you see they had to add that in there. Your children need to see that. They need to see that. If they see an uproar, they need to see y'all apologize.
They do. Full circle.
They have to
Full
see that.
circle.
Yes. Number 2, be kind yourself. Exercise patience and give people the benefit of the doubt, especially your children. You was a child before. Show some grace.
Be kind yourself.
Be kind.
That's not kind. That's not being kind yourself so that my child can see I don't have to fly off the handle to get my point across to this person. I don't have to destroy this establishment to get my point across to these people. I don't have to frequent this establishment every day to see the dysfunction, to see the discontent, to see the lack of kindness in here, but yet I still patronize every day.
Yes. Yes. You show them integrity by where you're not treated well or the establishment is not producing a good product or whatever. You show them that. You let them know, yeah, I'm not going to spend my money here. We don't entertain this type of establishment. We will never, ever come to this store again. We may entertain the corporation in a different location.
There we go.
But here specifically, we're not going to do that.
Absolutely.
And they have to see that, as well as, from the beginning when she said, give me your corporate number. Once you say that, get that corporate number and roll out. Because that's all you really need to do is call corporate and let them know the management there was poor and I had poor service, whatever. Even if nothing happens,
let's go.
You did what you said you was going to do.
That's right.
And children need to see that. Number 3. Be kind to yourself.
Yes, indeed.
Show your kids the importance of taking care of ourselves by doing the things that you love.
Number 4, exercise gratitude and kindness. Starting a gratitude practice can be as simply talking about what each member of the family is thankful for during dinner. If you don't want to create, a whole board, you can just do notes. You can do sticky notes, or you can create a jar. But there's many ways to improvise, but giving those words of inspiration, aspiration, kindness, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, but not just at dinner. That morning time is when you can really, little kids, get them in the habit of expressing how they feel in the morning.
Absolutely.
So that's a real good habit for them because they're freshly woken up. They'll say, "Oh, I'm tired," or this and that. Just
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
Well, get back in it. Get back out on the right side,
and then come. Okay. Goodness. 5, celebrate differences and include others. Yes, because they're different and they need to know that they are respected as an individual. They really need to know that early on.
Number 6,
show empathy.
Show empathy.
I just watched a girl that got called up on stage at the Omalay concert. I watched that clip and I have never felt so sad for another man in my fucking life.
That's empathy. That's what empathy looks like.
Yeah. And for ladies, it's not us watching, soppy shows and crying all crazy. That's not what they need to see. Whether you can clearly articulate what has happened, summarize the story if it's not too graphic, to explain why your emotions got that way. But we can't just be carrying on watching movies something that was put together to create emotion. Like, ladies, learn how to tell a vision, because it's a vision being told to you. And we don't need for it to affect every emotion, which it does, right? But we got to at least give the kids these things to the kids, because it's something we see women do all the time, so they gravitate to that, right? And it's modeled behavior. They're gonna
I know
that, right?
I got words for it. I call it adopter feeling. You adopting somebody else's feelings. Wait a minute. It didn't happen to you. That's the TV,
but I
right?
can empathize. I can understand.
That's the TV, right?
Yeah.
We was watching the Tyler Perry one. What was the one, when he was screaming on his fat wife? She looked like the cow that jumped over the moon and all of that. Remember when somebody was trying to get some loving and she couldn't give her husband no loving because her friend was stuck down the road in the rain. So I can't get no loving.
Why did I get married?
Because she down the road.
Right. She's so upset her friend is not being taken care of that
that I can't get no loving.
How dare you ask me to love upon you? friend is in this.
She's in there. She's feeling scared.
You going through
she's vulnerable right now.
He ain't your husband.
Yes, I
You
want
should be lucky. You should be sucking that dick because you married me. I ain't had you waiting down at the bottom of the hill.
Right now, and everything is groovy.
Goodness gracious.
Can I get a little bit of special attention?
Don't do that. That's an excuse to close legs.
Thank you very much. For all week. Try to heal. But yeah, that adoptive feeling. You know, you can't take on somebody's feeling. You had to tell that to Leah. Like, I get that you're empathetic. I get empath. I get all of it.
All of it, yes.
But you cannot keep bringing these children sicknesses, germs, problems.
Everything.
You can't keep bringing all of these things home. It's going to affect you a lot.
Yeah. So for some people, you know, they have to learn to decompress. They have to learn to push away other people's whatever they absorbed. Because you can, some people are natural absorbers, right? And they take it on. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. And it's okay to throw it away. You know, let your people deal with their shit. Help them deal with their shit. Don't take it on because it'll cause unnecessary stress that's not yours.
Yes, indeed.
It doesn't belong to you.
Lady Navoa checked in. She said, laugh out loud. I heard y'all. Love you guys, my fam. The anesthesia calmed down. Okay. It's a little tired. No doubt. Type, don't even worry about the typos. Sent you some small love. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, lady. We shout you out. Thank you for the support, fam. We love you. We hope you get well soon.
You appreciate
And I'm about to check my cash app.
Yes, keep me posted. Keep me posted.
Lady Navoa balling too. You look in there to be Usher money in there. Shout out to Lady Navoa on that check-in. Let's go ahead.
Thank you for some small always adds up. Absolutely. Yes, that's gonna go to the pajama jam.
Shout out to Lady Navoa showering us with them singles. She make it rain on them. Shout out to Lady Navoa. We appreciate you. Yes. Dropping that money in the money bowl. It's in that money bowl round there. Yes. Lady Navoa dropping something in the bowl.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
In that bowl round
there. Sending those pieces to sponsor a family, and that is for an initial consultation.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it
an
is.
initial consult.
Absolutely.
Not for the full package.
We're going to get them started.
Absolutely.
And it's on them to keep it going. It's just
That's
like
right.
those subscriptions, those memberships, man.
Right.
They got
Pay for stars, right, at HBO.
And then again, you know, this is how we do at the credit union as well. You have to be invested some, sir, ma'am.
Absolutely.
We can't just give you. You got to be invested a little bit. You heard my calls today.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Lady Navoa.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App?
Shout out to Lady Navoa for the Cash App. She
You all
said,
appreciate
for some
it.
small, always add up. You got damn right, lady. Every bit helps, and we appreciate
Absolutely.
you. Hope you have a speedy recovery. Mrs. Harris, kindness. Raising kids that care. You have raised a plethora of kids.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of questions before we get out of here. I got for you. If you had to give a piece of advice to a young mother about raising kids that care about people in the future, about kids that's going to grow up to be adults, what would you tell them?
Oh, man. It starts from the beginning, even inside the belly, you know, finding that kindness within simple manners, please and thank you. You know, Nana first words at 6 months was thank you, full on. You know, I was elated, you know, and that was just the practice of them wanting something or needing something, wanting my attention, you know, explaining that this is how you get it. You know, what's the magic word? This is something that people have used for years. What's the magic word, right? It's please and thank you or excuse me. You know, when grown people are talking and you want to butt in, you know, so you have little people pulling at you and screaming and mom and dad is in the conversation, you have to stop. You have to come down to their level and, let them know that there's a time, so it's all practice when they're little. So, it's going to add up as they get older. You got to model the behavior everywhere. I'm sorry, everywhere. They're with you 24/7. They're going to be with you more than anybody else, more than daddy, more than grandma. Usually that's how it goes, right? So when you're out in the store, they see you being kind to the cashier person, to the gas person, the homeless person on the street. Like these things they see. Volunteering in places, and explaining life to them as well. So when there's times where things are rough, making them aware that things are rough and this is what we have to do. We have to, as a family, depend on the church or the food pantry. So it humbles them to know that we don't always have it. There's times where you can go to McDonald's every week, but there's times that you cannot.
Absolutely.
Every time we go in a dollar store, you want something, but there's times where I can't. We have to just get what we need. So always being honest, and transparent about those things, like, because eventually they're going to understand. You really have to tell them
everything. Articulating it, and again, that's one of the things that really, was admirable about your parenting style was how upfront you were with them about the battles that we fight, because there's battles that we fight that they don't see.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But the ones that is visible for them and that you make them aware of, the way you sat them down with the bills, with my pay, to show them, no, daddy does do things here. And
talk about my husband.
To hear that lobby for me, to make them understand how our family moves, it's kindness. I consider it kindness because I see so many families, that don't champion what dad does, don't champion what the kids do, but you champion everybody. And again, I appreciate it. And it just shows me, the function that families can be. But again, that kindness is always at the top of our list. No fighting, unfair, no hitting below the belt, no calling out anybody out their name. These things are important. The family rules, respect each other, be honest with each other.
Accountability.
Like, these things are visible on a chart. We may have to do an episode where we just show all of the different charts that's around this house because it's visible. These things are visible for us.
The journaling, that is something that we all have been doing. My mother had me doing it. I always had a little diary with the key. Y'all remember that, girls? When we was young, everybody had a little diary. But that's something as a woman you should continue to do, because you have to reflect on how you're changing your mindset, because you're going to see it. You're going to see the growth and development in all of how you think, how you move, whether it's certain times of the year where it's a lot of sadness and down, moods. Those things are very important to pay attention to. So, this is a season where I'm a little, so being aware of that is the first step of being proactive. We don't want to continue to live a life of being reactive with our children, because they are going to always see us reacting.
Indeed. I dropped the link if anybody want to come up. We ain't going to be up for very long, but if you got, any comments about what you heard tonight or questions or anything, we can definitely chop it up for a couple of minutes. My final question for you, Mrs. Harris, in regards to this kindness, raising kids that care and being kind. How do you react in situations where you don't want to respond with kindness? You may want to do something different.
First thing I do is shut up. If I don't want to show, I'll like I just said, I'll be quiet and don't entertain it more. I'm going to leave the situation. But recently I did have a back and forth, and Madison got to see that, because I was a little disgusted with old grown women running a store and the way they handled me as a customer, and then after I expressed, hollering at corporate, which I did, I sent a nice email. They was just really disrespectful and, catty, like really older women, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I made it a point to like be very clear with them in front of Madison, so Madison can actually see that, because she's never really seen me have to do that.
This is true.
So that was kind of her first time, you know. So we have to talk about if something like that was to happen in the future, how we're going to deal with that. But you know, I apologize to her because she know I'm willing to walk. I've walked away before. Indeed. She sees that. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? So, but she got to see it. Again,
it was a little more polished around the edges than the other two, I must say. She's not, you know, that shy to the confrontation and you know, to see that people are different, and sometimes correction, disagreements, you know, personality clashes that they happen. The other two, they really didn't see much of that.
No. She's getting to see a lot much more. But I think myself, you know, you've taught me a lot to just walk away.
Okay.
You know, I remember there was a time you had to stop me.
My man Cam Newton is here. My man Nam Cooten is here. What's up, Nam Cooten?
What's good, my guy? My lady.
Yo, you gotta stop fighting with those kids, man. 7-on-7, that's not good, man.
We got the sounds of blackness going on over here. There you go.
There
you go, beautiful black man.
What up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
What do you think about this Cam Newton situation, man?
So, when I saw it on y'all tonight, that's the first time I ever saw it, man. I just don't have time to watch shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's even better. That's even better because, you know, again, you're not one of the people that be on YouTube and all in these. But what do you think about the 7-on-7 football camp? We got this millionaire quarterback coming to show us some things, and that's how, you know, we get to see what happened at the end of it. What do you think about that whole thing?
It's disrespectful, for lack of a better word. Like, this man probably had better shit to do.
Right.
Probably wanted to do better shit in his own life, and he took that time out to, hey, I'm gonna go do something for my community, or whomever community it was. And just because he said, what, if you beat me, I'll pay your rent. I don't see nothing.
Probably more.
Yeah, I think it was just that spirited nature. You know, sports get a little competitive. It starts to get a little mouthy. And like I said, you know, just to talk about rent or mortgage and in that sort of a neighborhood, things might get a little touchy once we start doing that. But it sounded like it was in the spirit of competition. He said, you know, you washed up. I think that was the ultimate initial point, is Cam Newton is washed up. Okay, so we can't learn nothing from him. So Cam's rebuttal was,
like, washed up, the motherfucker. Like, I've been where you're trying to go. Learn something, little bastards. I don't.
And that was, you know, his sentiment was, you know, come out here on this field, and if you dust me off, then I'll pay your rent or, you know, mortgage or whatever the case may be. And his rebuttal was, I don't want to learn nothing from no washed up ass nigga.
Damn.
Wow.
And again, you know, this is why it sparked my brain about raising kids that care, is because the parenting, I don't see dads. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see dads raising their kids to say, if, you know, a professional comes to your camp, you give him discontent. You tell him he's washed up. No, men, we tell you, soak up all the knowledge you can from this professional.
Right.
You learn your sport. You get better so you could bust these little high school boys' ass. That's how men talk. But girls, they name call.
Cam is a bitch ass.
No matter who you are, I've showed you guys, Muhammad, you were up here. Anton Daniels, millionaire, allegedly, in this space, amazing content creator, the biggest numbers. The girl had her middle finger up at him like this. Fuck you. And now what I said to y'all, that if he gets no respect, a regular guy that does 40 hours a week ain't gonna get no respect either.
Right. No.
And it transcends into that professional world. If Cam Newton, a ex-football player, millionaire, live in a penthouse, could fly wherever he want, could have been anywhere in the world, volunteered his time to come there, and he got called washed up by some nigga that lives in a project building that his mother get help paying the rent every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some worse stuff.
The parents, they're not raising kids that care. And again, what makes it so obvious is Cam Newton is where that boy wants to be. He was at a football camp. He wants to be a football player. I know he wants to make it to the NFL. I know his aspirations ain't to make it to the CFL or the Italy football. His dream is to make it to where Cam Newton has already played, and he's calling him washed up. This is America.
Make the shit make sense. You can't make it. Look at this. Look at this.
Cam Newton rookie season, he broke every rookie record. This motherfucker do for damn near 5,000 yards his first season. Unheard of. And I still say to this day, when he played the Broncos in the Super Bowl, I don't know if like you follow sports like that, but there was a chance in that game where he fumbled the ball and he could have went down and got that shit. And if you watch it, he stopped.
Oh,
the fucking ball was right there, and he was about to dive on it, and he fucking stopped. And I said, "Yo, babe," I was watching that shit with my wife, and I'm like, "Babe, no, this shit rigged like a motherfucker." Cause
yes, ma'am.
Dude, that shit was about Peyton Manning going out on top. Because I'm telling you, shit, Cam could have got on that fucking ball. And much respect to Cam for not knocking one of these ignorant bastards out, because he a better man than me, like Shannon said.
He was flinging their asses around, though.
Right, yeah.
He's a
I'll
better man.
shake the shit out you, but I ain't gonna hit you because now I'm getting sued for $50 million fucking dollars. But
Absolutely.
you beating on me.
Absolutely. Doc Nakumbe is in the building. What up, Doc?
Doc. Don't know you, but respect my brother.
Much respect. We spoke before, brother, man. You probably don't remember me. I had on some makeup that night, but good to see everyone up on the panel. Honored to share in the space with you. Thank you. And for those in the chat, thank you for allowing me to share in the space with you. Won't stay up long. I actually have a story to tell you after this piece. But I just wanted to give an additional perspective for both Cam Newton and then the mom in the restaurant or the chicken, the kid for the chicken. You know, the thing about Cam Newton, if you think about it, I don't want to say generation, but every group, every youngster comes along talking about they're gonna be better than the out-rap the, those are hater moves. The problem is it's just now more public. I mean, I think we've been doing that forever, like talking shit to the next generation. You know, when people talk crazy to Mike Tyson, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You know, when we figure people washed up, right? So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But it's been going on for a long time. The sad part is, when will we start teaching that appreciation that you're talking about? You know, because your black tail wouldn't even be here if it had not been for some of these people. So when are you going to start learning? You know, we need to show appreciation versus trying to tear down people. And I get it. Sometimes there's showmanship, whatever, to say that you're the next generation, you're the next best thing since, molded bread. But here's the deal. When we go to these public places that people are spending their money to put these things on, you don't go out there and show your ass. So anyway, that's just my thought on that. But the mom, another move, these things are kind of repeated behaviors. If you consider this perspective, how many parents have said when you get up to the school or to the place, you hit that MF in the head till you bust them to the white meat? But now with social media and cameras, because at home you would have just said, hey, give me that brush over there. Now let me tell you something. When you kind of model to, you shake that stick or whatever to them, so you get up and you better, let me get up there and find out you didn't do nothing. So, but now I get to do that and the camera's on, because before I wouldn't have done it at that restaurant per se. Okay. But now I get to really show my ass, and I think that I'm actually modeling respect. Son, they ain't gonna have no chicken for you. You got the must have messed up. You're gonna get some goddamn chicken tonight. And boom, I tear the place up in the name of that's how you do it. Now that's that ignorance, right? Because whoa. what you might have been able to do, mom, what you might have felt confident to do. Sure, if you felt it was representing for your son, but when your son, I think you said it, both of you said it, I don't think I heard you both say, when he does that, it's talking about a whole different set of consequences. So, you ever heard of what they say, coping skills you learn one day may not work for you another day. So teaching him, letting him see that should have been something private. You should have went in the back of the restaurant and talked to the manager. What do you mean you got no home side? Man. And come back out in front of the kid. All right, maybe we get some chicken and see how it goes. But that's a private conversation, right?
Indeed.
I mean, I'm not advocating the violence. What I'm saying is that's more
Absolutely.
private. Knock a pan or two down in the back, and the kid's like, "What's going on?" Oh, it's just my ass cheek hit one of the pots. Well, let's go. Now it's all this public stuff, and it's just a shame. Shame.
Indeed.
So that's just a perspective I wanted to share. Quick story that I got to run. I went on a date the other night. Man, I was excited. We left the place. Yeah. We left the place, and it was crazy. In the parking lot there, we saw a human toe. I'm not putting you on. It was a human toe, and I don't want to gross you out or nothing. Had the bone stick. Yeah. It had the bone sticking out and all that. It was gross, man. I tell you, it was really gross. We didn't know what to do. We went back in the restaurant, told the people there's a toe out there. The manager came and looked at it, and he didn't know what to do. And we thought maybe someone had been cutting the grass and cut their own crazy toe off, but that wasn't the case. So then when they went back in, they called the police. Police came out and detained us. Ain't that what they call it when they talk to you for a long time? They detained us for a long time and talked to us. Anyway, we couldn't figure anything out. So come to find out, since no one knew what to do, the manager just went in and then called the tow truck and got it taken care of. Yeah. So just wanted to share that with you. Because they didn't know what to do and had that out in the parking lot. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. That's hey, I just want to share with you. It's a Willie P. Richardson joke. I just wanted to share with you. It happened to us. So thank you for allowing me to share in the space. You two are wonderful. Thank you. Got to run. Peace.
For some amazing comic relief and a great story.
Yeah, that kids. I was involved
Always
in that.
appreciate it. That was dope.
I want to know who told that was.
Tow truck came and got it.
Messing with y'all.
So, brother Nam, are you still with us, brother Cooten?
He in the Sounds of Blackness
closet.
closet.
Them young people came. Oh, there he is. I thought the young people done came and got him. There he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me ask you the same questions that I asked the missus. Kindness in regards to you. How do you respond when you don't want to be kind? You don't want to respond with kindness. But you're indifferent. What do you do?
Shit. Now, as a proper functioning member of society, I have no choice. Well, I do have a choice. I just choose to not feed into nobody's emotions or nobody's feelings or nobody's anything, because at the end of the day, how I respond to them is how they respond to me. So if they on the 100 already, it's like if I respond on the 100, then now we're probably fighting or we're probably doing something extra that I'm just not up for. Shit, I'm about to be, well, I ain't gonna say 50, but 48. I ain't got time for that bullshit, man. I'm
so you about to be what? You said 52?
Shut up.
When
I
you're 30, you got time to fight.
God damn.
Shit, at 30 maybe.
Got some time.
At 47, I don't have time. Like no. So I'm not gonna feed into your shit and you trying to get this response from me that you want. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, no. And I am grown up enough now to just walk away, but 30 years ago, sees, and you know this, that's him. Or, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's where you want to go, then let's go there. But now, you know, I have kids to think about, I have a wife to think about, I have a job to think about. Back then, I'm not thinking about none of that shit. I'm gonna whoop your ass, or you gonna whoop mine.
Damn.
I was young. I was triggered. Ready to fight.
So before we get out of here, I want to show y'all something that I found this week in regards to kindness. I want y'all to check out the golden rules.
Okay.
In Christianity, it's do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Okay.
In Islam, it's do unto all men as you would wish to have done unto you. In Buddhism, it's hurt no other with that which pains yourself.
Yeah.
In Hinduism, it's treat others as you would like to be treated yourself. In Judaism,
come on now,
it's what you are yourself hate, what you yourself hate, do to no man.
Right.
In Native American vernacular, live in harmony, for we are all related.
Boom.
Okay. And they all saying the same shit.
Thank you, sir. And Sacred Earth says, do as you will, as long as you harm no one.
Blood.
Okay. It's all the same shit, just different vernacular. Or
talk about it, my brother.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's all the same shit. And it took me a long time to like learn, like, I don't have to be a dick. Like, why? Because you want me to? No, you're not getting that from me. Like, no, you're not going to fuck up what I have because your shit might be fucked up. And misery does love company. It does. It really fucking does. And I don't have time for it. But and like I said, especially at 47, maybe at 27, 17, yeah, you're going to get the smoke. But I didn't know any better. I had nothing. I can say I didn't have nothing to live for, but like nothing to take care of. Okay. Not a whole nother soul that depends on me. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, you got this one, but don't let me catch you in a dark alley, motherfucker, because I might fuck you
on dark alley.
I mean,
but yeah, what I seen there was the same commonalities that you guys seen, and again, you know, it further infuriates me because to hear everybody be so subjective.
Right.
Everybody's so spiritual but not religious, and I don't deal with all of the religion. And they all so you know so you just okay. You're just uncivilized. You see the show I had? What do we follow as men? We want our families to follow us, but we don't have no solidified foundation. Who do you follow? Well, I don't well, you know, I don't
to hear a man say that.
Well, I don't wait, so who is it though? Whose word are you going by? You want people to go by your word. Whose word are you going by, sir?
Right, and they all saying the same. Yo, quick story. So when my nephew was like, shit, like 8, this dude fell out like the second floor window. Right? You know what I'm saying? My sister lives in Germany, right? Dude fell out the second floor window and like fractured his skull, was in a hospital for maybe a month. Like he's like good now. He's like great now, plays basketball, blah, blah.
Nice.
And my sister went on Facebook, and I promise you, she posted this shit live. She said, do not pray for my son if you are of a different religion than Christianity. I said, you gonna block a blessing because somebody's a Buddhist, or you know what I mean? Like, what the a blessing is a blessing if like they're, you know, sending out prayers. that your son, my nephew, gets better. I don't give a fuck what their religion is.
Right.
Oh my
That's right.
man, dude, that's bananas. That's bananas.
I want no prayers from the Muslims. Sweet.
Nah,
Right,
pray to,
right,
pray to Tommy Jerry if you want to. Anybody that'll get them better. But yeah, man, this is what I was thinking about in regards to kindness and raising kids that care. Just because, again, like I say, they're gonna turn into adults. We don't want adults that take from society, that paint pictures that aren't true, that champion horrible behavior. All of these things come from our curation, from our modeling of behavior, from what we hold near and dear and what we prioritize in our homes. Mrs. Harris, what do you think?
I mean, we want them to grow up and see where they can fit into this world and make change, and be better for their society. Now, if we raise them with the mentality of our family is all that matters and screw everybody else, like that's the mentality. They're going to go out into the world thinking, if you live on a block and it's toe up, your kids can go out there and clean that shit up. We ain't got to wait for the sweep guy to come out. It's dirty right now. We got to wait 3 more days. Nah, this is our block, our neighborhood. Let's go out here and clean that shit up. But we don't do that to our kids. Our kids are lazy. So we really have to, change that mindset of community, the village, and rebuilding it. And it starts with us and our mentality and our attitude, and our children need to see us do better and be better.
Yes, indeed.
And we can do it.
Well said.
We're the adults.
Well said. And if anybody would like to start on the road to conscious parenting, if you would like to just add some tools to your toolbox, or if you just want to build, we are available. Promote conscious parenting at gmail.com
for an assessment or a consult. Yeah, check us out.
And we are ready, willing, and able, and completely excited about helping a family in need, about giving back to our community, about making a difference with our family. Being parents of 25,
23. They
See,
go so
y'all
fast.
know how I do. I give them years. I sprinkle years on top.
Almost 29,
Years
almost
completely.
24, almost 19, and almost 10. So everybody's growing up this year.
Yeah,
Again.
It's amazing to see this matriculation and them to transform into the adults that they have. So kudos to you, Mrs. Harris, for doing the work.
You too, sir.
I appreciate you. Shout out to you, Oz, for being our brother, being our inspiration, and a comrade in this war against you.
Yep.
Because it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. And this is what we're growing
together.
Let me see. Do I got anything fun for y'all before I get out of here? I got two of my favorite people in the world up here, so I gotta see if I got anything
to trigger me
fun up here.
She said that trigger me. Really?
That's about to trigger me.
I got my video. Did you see my latest video that I put up on YouTube? You don't even check any of the videos on YouTube. Well, this is it right here. If any of you guys in the audience didn't see, check out our last episode of Cerebro Saturday, because it was amazing.
Where I'm the bad guy. If I'm so desperate thinking I better not be, I might lose this opportunity, She could just barely get up on her elbows to eat, but she still chose me, and I don't want to lose her, and I don't want to lose. So caught up in the moistness that I don't believe I can make a decision on my own and manage the consequences.
Man, oh man. See, we're caught up in the moistness. Now you said that perfectly.
God damn.
Say it again, Boom. We're caught up in the what?
He said we're caught up in the moistness. See what I'm saying? Listen, when you've been swallowed.
Jesus Christ.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Oh, man. Let me
I think I need a shower.
Let me put it real quick. That was hilarious.
I think this for the young folks to say pause and I'm out.
Exactly. But listen, let me
Pause is just y'all shit.
It's like slang.
That's New York
dimension, but we made it up.
I know that.
Okay.
We don't give a damn. Okay. Y'all always want to be first in everything. That's New York shit. We never said nothing.
Don't you want to be first?
We cool. Y'all thought we was slow in country. We ain't nowhere near slow or country.
You don't think Nick
y'all country?
You don't think Nick Cannon is inviting me there not to heat me up? Pause.
Listen, I can't wait for you to come.
Hey, yo. Let's pivot.
Pause.
On that note,
can't wait for you to arrive where I work at. God, this nigga gonna make me read a dictionary. Pause.
That real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky.
Come on!
I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
Make me a critter. Everybody wanna rape my nerves. I ain't scared of you.
And that was the last episode of Cerebro Saturday. Marcus needs a shower after that.
Damn, like I said, I need a shower.
Dr. Nakumbe said, caught up in the moistness. It's good to catch Doc in those fun moments.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing. Shout out to Brother Vaughn. Shout out to all the brothers that came through Saturday and chopped it up with me. It was fun. We had a great conversation. Us, you come through on a Saturday when you're not working, man, or relaxing on that big old lazy boy you got over there in that McMansion you got.
I stayed in a 2-bedroom fucking apartment.
That shit big as I don't know what.
Nope.
But what's going on with you, man? What's new? You gotta work tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm in line for the young promotion. So God willing.
Yeah, how can you get promoted and an executive chef? You the nigga in charge, nigga. You about to start selling them food too?
No, nigga, like director shit, nigga.
Oh, the director. Okay, the food director. Okay, the director.
So within the next probably 2 weeks or so, you know, God is good. I fucking work my ass off.
You work hard, brother. You work hard. Congratulations, man. Absolutely. Well, y'all better start showing y'all women them work reviews, man. Show them how good you've been doing. I let my work review for the year. She said, "Ooh, nigga, that's what they said about you."
Right.
You a good nigga on that plantation. Keep working, nigga.
This nigga said plantation. Shut the fuck up.
Yes,
I am not a stepping fetching ass.
Come with an offer letter, but it still feels the same.
Nah, nigga. Fuck the title. Show me the money like Rod did well, nigga. Show me the money. Keep the title. Pay me. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Fuck your title.
He said he want that coin. Send them coins. I don't hear no coins.
Right. You can keep that. Because I'm going to do what I'm going to do either from the office or behind the line. Just pay me, nigga.
True indeed. Well, yo, I appreciate you coming through, man. Give love to the family. We going to retire for the evening and see what we can get into over here.
Yeah, and y'all two send wifey a text, man. She sick right now. I'm like,
okay.
She is under the weather. I said, so I'm gonna need you to move from me because I don't want that.
Go over there.
Sleep in the other room. Do something, but I don't want it.
Isolation.
No doubt. I'll shoot her a text, man, just to make sure she's all
so
right.
that's the cold going around.
But let her know we are sending love and light, speedy recovery, and give him some final thoughts before I drop you down, man.
The final thought is I double down on my contribution. I love what y'all doing. Keep doing what y'all doing for the community. Sees Nikki, I seen the maturation, and I love it, and I love y'all. I promise you, when me and wifey renew our vows, y'all will be the first one we call. I promise.
Jesus.
And you know we will be there, brother. Just like
press. We appreciate you, brother.
We do. We appreciate you so much. Shout out to our brother, man.
Right.
We appreciate that. Double up on the Cash App too. So shout out to you.
Give everybody a consult, y'all. Pull up.
Mrs. Harris, this was fun.
It was. I love talking about kindness and giving back.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Acts of service is my love language.
It is. You like people to do stuff. And you don't want them to ask what to do. You don't want them to be, nah, just do something. Pick something, something. Pick something and do it. You know what? Let me make a whole list of different stuffs to do. Just look to the list, get something on the list, and do that.
Word. And it'll be appreciated.
Indeed. Indeed. So, raise a kind child that's going to grow up to be a kind adult. And I'm not saying, you know, go around and be an enabler, because there's a thin line between a doormat and a kind person. An enabler and somebody that is able to give you information, whether it's kudos or criticism, and deliver it with sincerity.
Right.
With a level of je ne sais quoi, that it's not offensive.
Because we could be offensive.
And there are people in our worlds that deserve that require it. And out of everybody else,
right,
I think they deserve it more.
The consideration.
I'm one of those people. I can't say I'm kind to every person I meet. I can't. I would be lying.
Well,
but the people who I feel deserve my kindness, I go above and beyond to let them know that there is nothing that I wouldn't do. My door is always open. I'm a phone call away, and it's not just talk.
No,
this is what I say with my mouth. I'm not just saying it.
I'm like, did they really call you? Shit.
So I believe kindness is needed and necessary, and it can be delegated to those that deserve it.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to
it. Yep. I wouldn't be who I am if people weren't kind to me, you know, and I've got it from my elders. My elders were kind. You know, they had some reprimands, some hard medicine, but overall, they were kind people. So I take that from them.
All right, Mrs. Harris, get us out of here.
Be kind to somebody besides yourself.
It's gonna work out with the shine through.
It really does. It really does. You know, give us one piece of pen. With conscious parenting.
Yes,
Every Tuesday, we're doing some tips and methods and strategies. And, you know, any family looking for some type of change, growth, understanding of their parenting style, you know, their family structure, needing things to change, feel free to hit us up or check out a couple of our videos. You know, maybe you'll find some tips and strategies there. But if you need our assistance, we're email away, you know, and we'll respond.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I am Mr. He Said. That is my beautiful bride.
He said.
She filling your head with he said, she said. And we are a part of what we call a Love and Abundance Hospital, man. Check in for what you need, yo. We have Conscious Parenting Tuesdays.
Yes, we do.
We have coffee and cappuccino pop-ups.
Yes. Entertaining.
We have Cerebro Saturday. And we have Shame Sunday.
This is getting so emotional. Passion.
Well, check into whichever wing of the hospital suits you best.
Yes.
We are here 3 times a week. And we appreciate everybody that pulls up, that pops in, that shows love to the chat, that shows love to the channel. And we will continue to put our best foot forward and repeat.
Yes. And please tell a friend to tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best advertisement.
Yes,
send them on over. Tell them to like, tell them to subscribe, and share the message. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out to our lionesses. I appreciate y'all. I am proud to be associated with y'all. Keep doing the work that y'all doing out here on these streets. Y'all know who the hell y'all is.
Y'all appreciate it.
Red lipstick
now.
vibes. Take heed to the message. Marriage to build and support with your lady. Hi, my brother James. It's Michelle, Mona D, Nella Rings, The Real Precious, Family Values TV, The Wife School Podcast, Almond Eyes, J Mac, Lady Navoa, and Sarah McPhee. Got ladies behind me. Ladies. Don't nobody want to talk about that. They want to talk about how mean the ladies is. But there are nice ladies, admirable ladies, honorable ladies, positive ladies. And I'm down with that. And they down with me too. And I ain't no sucker. Yes, indeed. Shout out to New York City that made us what we. Yeah, we out of here, man. Y'all know how we get down. The Mississippi back on Sunday. I may be here Saturday. I got some things going on in the back, so I'm a little spontaneous right now, but you will be filled in the future, and it will all make sense. Until next time, y'all know how we get down.
Peace.
Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first.
Muslim girls training in general civilization class that was established by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and now headed by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. These training units, how to keep house, how to rear their children, how to take care of their husbands, sew, cook, and in general, how to act at home and abroad are the foundation of a civilized society. They form the basis of every civilization. And to the degree the woman can execute and master these training units will determine the degree of civilization, the level of civilization. This is why the Honorable Minister...
And fellas, you know we're not going to forget about y'all. We all got work to do.
What the father was able to do was, through his teachings, he was able to bring out the mathematics and I think one of the most important lessons, which is called the 12 jewels. And those are knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness. So a man must first get knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Once you got that, then you could go for your freedom. But freedom must operate under a law of justice. I'm free to smack you in the face, right? But now justice comes in. That's the reward or penalty for my acts or deeds. So that keeps everybody at equality. Because what? All men are created equal until you do something to break that equilibrium. Now, once you establish that, then what do a man need to strive for? His food. Of course, food for thought and physical food. His clothing. Of course, clothing, for clothing, but a cloak of righteousness as well. And his shelter. A shelter to live in and a shelter to protect itself from negative things in its atmosphere. And once you got that, what's left? Love. But what's love without peace? And what's love and peace without happiness? And happiness is total, complete satisfaction with yourself.
Peace to the gods and the earth.